around, Nathan. That's bullshit. You know what? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck.
Never trust a reality show where the drama becomes more famous than the people in it. And with American Chopper, the fights didn't just hurt the show, they slowly destroyed everything the family built. American Chopper looked unstoppable. Insane custom bikes, huge ratings, and a father-son duo who kept viewers watching with pure chaos. But behind that noise was a collapse nobody could hide. Today, we're digging into how one of TV's biggest hits went from legendary to broken. And trust me, the real story behind the downfall is way messier than what aired on TV. Before American Chopper became TV's loudest family drama, it was just a small custom bike shop in Orange County, New York. Paul Sr. had been building bikes long before anyone shoved a camera in his face. He came from the old school steel, sweat, and zero patience. His son, Paul Jr., was the complete opposite: creative, artistic, and constantly dreaming up designs that didn't exist yet. When Discovery Channel discovered them,
I gotta pick my poison.
Come on!
Because it's like either I gotta work with Junior, who's a complete know-it-all.
This striker's a piece of care what anybody says.
that contrast was exactly what made the show special. They weren't actors. They weren't trying to be charming. They weren't pretending to get along for the cameras. They were just a dad and son building wild machines while arguing about literally everything from deadlines to designs to who left a wrench on the wrong bench. The producers knew instantly that this wasn't just a motorcycle shop, it was a pressure cooker with handlebars. And in 2002, American Chopper aired its first episode. No one could predict what would happen next. The show exploded. Millions tuned in, even people who didn't care about motorcycles. Why? Because American Chopper was perfect TV, incredible builds, big personalities, real family conflict. It was like watching a weekly action movie mixed with a soap opera, but with chrome and flames. Orange County Choppers became a tourist attraction. Fans lined up just to peek into the shop. Their bikes got featured at huge events. They released action figures, clothing lines, and yes, even video games. For a while, OCC was everywhere. They weren't just building bikes, they were building a brand so massive that companies were paying huge money to have a custom bike with their logo on it. But here's the thing, when a show starts blowing up like that, something else usually starts breaking behind the scenes. Because the fame didn't just hit the shop, it hit the family too. There's something dangerous about being filmed every day. It turns small disagreements into major explosions. And for the Tutuls, those disagreements were already part of everyday life. Senior was the kind of guy who liked things done one way, his way. He valued discipline, order, and speed. Junior valued creativity, freedom, and taking the time to make something perfect. At first, that difference made the builds better. Senior kept things moving. Junior pushed designs into new directions. It was a balance. But as cameras rolled year after year, that balance completely fell apart. The more popular the show became, the more the producers pushed for drama. And once drama becomes your job, it's almost impossible to turn it off. They knew Junior and Senior would argue, so they started pushing filming to capture those moments. Fights that might have blown over in 5 minutes suddenly became full scenes, and as the pressure grew, Senior's temper got louder and Junior's patience got thinner. Viewers loved the explosions, but no one realized how much those fights hurt the shop and the family behind it. At some point, the fighting stopped being entertainment and started being the entire show. Every build turned into a countdown to another argument. Deadlines got tighter because producers needed storylines. Builds felt rushed, the team felt stressed, and Senior and Junior felt trapped playing versions of themselves that they didn't even like anymore. There were arguments over absolutely everything: designs, hours, missed deadlines, who showed up late, who wasn't focused, who wasn't respecting the brand. The tension was so constant, it almost felt like the shop lived in a permanent thunderstorm. The relationship that made the show magical was the same relationship that was becoming impossible to maintain. And eventually, one fight became the breaking point. Fans argue over which fight did it, but most agree that one blowout felt different from the rest. Junior fired back at Senior in a way that crossed a line. You could see in Senior's face that this wasn't TV frustration. This was real anger, real betrayal, real hurt. After that, something changed in both of them. The distance between the two didn't shrink, it widened. And instead of trying to fix anything, the show kept pushing them to stay in the same room and keep the fireworks coming. But relationships don't survive when they're treated like entertainment. And this one didn't either. Eventually, Senior had enough and made a decision that shocked the entire fan base. He fired his own son, not in private, not behind closed doors, but right on the show. This was the moment American Chopper stopped being a family story and started becoming a tragedy. Junior losing his job wasn't just a plot twist. It was a sign that the shop was falling apart from the inside. And here's where things got even worse.
We're starting over. I don't give a We're starting to over. Right the now. We're starting over. Come on.
Junior owned 20% of Orange County Choppers, meaning Senior had fired his partner, not just an employee. That made the situation 10 times more complicated and 100 times more painful. On top of all the personal chaos, the motorcycle world itself was tanking. The custom chopper boom that made OCC so huge was crashing. After the 2008 recession, luxury spending dropped fast. Bike sales across the industry fell. Shops closed. Costs rose. The entire market shrank. So now, American Chopper wasn't just dealing with a broken family. It was dealing with a shrinking world around it. When Senior fired Junior, the fight left the shop and entered a courtroom. Senior sued Junior to force him to sell his 20% back. Junior refused. The lawsuit became a public spectacle. Headlines everywhere, fans choosing sides, interviews filled with tension. Watching a father and son argue on TV is messy. Watching them argue in court is heartbreaking. The lawsuit didn't just damage their relationship, it damaged the brand. Companies didn't want the drama. Fans felt uncomfortable. The show's tone completely shifted from exciting to painful.
What are you shaking your head for?
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Well, it'll turn at 360 without these being.
The network knew they were losing viewers. The builds weren't the focus anymore. The drama didn't feel fun, it felt heavy. So TLC tried an experiment. Split the show. 2 shops, 2 storylines. Father versus son, Junior versus Senior. On paper, it looked like a hit. In reality, it felt like the final nail. Instead of healing, the split made things worse. Every episode felt like watching a family breakup drag on. Fans weren't rooting for either side. They just wanted the Tootles to stop hurting each other. Ratings kept dropping. Budgets shrank. The energy disappeared. And the show slowly deflated. Then came the meme. The legendary argument meme where Senior shouts, Junior fires back, and chairs go flying. The meme became bigger than the show itself. It went viral years after the cancellation. It appeared everywhere: Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube comments, even in classrooms and offices. It was hilarious, it was smart, and it turned the family into internet icons. But here's the twist. The meme was based on a real argument that hurt their relationship. It was funny for the rest of the world, but it was a reminder of how bad things got inside OCC. After the lawsuit, the show's cancellation, and the industry collapse, OCC started shrinking. The massive New York shop became too expensive. Tourism dried up. Merch sales slowed. Employees left. The brand felt scattered. Eventually, OCC moved to Florida in an attempt to reset. But the magic of the early days, the raw builds, the real teamwork, the excitement, never came back the same way. They kept trying projects, rebrands, and new directions, but nothing hit like the original show. American Chopper had created a global empire, but the downfall hit every part of it. There's a moment in the final episodes where everything hits you at once. The shop looks quieter, the energy is gone. The fights don't feel like entertainment anymore. they feel exhausting.
Do they work good? Honestly, I really don't know. I don't really know. I'm sure they do. I haven't rode many of them.
Senior and junior stand in the same room, but you can tell they're not connected the way they used to be. It feels like watching the end of an era you grew up with. A show that used to feel larger than life suddenly feels small, tired, and worn out. When the cancellation was announced, nobody was shocked. The shock was how sad it felt. American Chopper didn't collapse in one big explosion. It slowly crumbled under pressure, emotion, business stress, and years of unresolved pain. It ended not with a bang, but with the quiet realization that the family was never going back to what it once was. The downfall of American Chopper wasn't just about TV ratings. It wasn't just about lawsuits or budgets or a dying industry. It was about a family pulled apart by fame, pressure, and the expectations of millions of viewers. The two tools were real people with real issues, and once the cameras turned their lives into entertainment, the line between show and reality disappeared. American Chopper teaches one big lesson. Success can build an empire, but if relationships aren't protected, that empire can collapse just as fast. It's a story about bikes, yes, but it's also a story about what happens when a family becomes a brand and the brand becomes bigger than the family. For more deep dives like this, subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.